So this one time, I was just sleeping in my bed, whatever, and then I start hearing, like, all these noises, and I'm like, oh, this is mad weird. And then I hear, like, don't wake her up, and I was like, there's no way this is happening next to me right now. And then, like, I hear footsteps, and then, like, a little lock. And I'm like, okay, we're good. So I sit up, I start texting my friend, no way, you won't believe, like, what's happening right now next to me. I hear a lock, like, maybe 10 minutes later, and I thought that the people had left the room. They just went to my bathroom. And I was like, there's actually no way that just happened. Crazy story. And that guy, I literally had a crush on him. So really humbling experience for me, like, to say the least. All right, guys. Brylee, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey guys, I'm Brylee.
And Brylee's the cutest thing in the whole world. Welcome again to the first podcast ever. Today we're kind of just going to be chatting about, like, making sure you guys know, like, your self-worth and, like, things like that, and just how important it is to actually, like, prioritize yourself in certain things, especially in, like, relationships and just saving your energy and things like that. So, first of all, Brylee looks so cute.
Thank you.
Look at the little fit. She's fitted up today. If you can't watch right now because you're listening on Spotify or something, go to YouTube, go to Instagram, and look at the flicks because Brylee's fitted up right now.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But, okay, so recently, me and Bry both have been in some interesting little situations. I wouldn't necessarily
We went
call
through the
them-
same situation, pretty much.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily call them, like, at least not mine. I wouldn't call mine a talking stage or anything like that. But it's just really, like, interesting to see how stuff plays out. Bry, do you want to tell some about your story, a quick summary, or give as much detail as you want?
Yeah, so basically we were hanging out for, like a month, 2 months straight, and he was coming over and all this stuff. I mean, we were getting food together, like, he would just come over, hang out, woke up, went to my brother's basketball game, all this cute little stuff, and sent me all of these reels.
Right.
Yeah. TikToks, everything. Good morning. Yeah. So, I was thinking, something's happening because who puts this much effort into just whatever?
Right.
And then, I find out, unfortunately, that there was another girl, which, honestly, I think it hurt me more just because both my ex-boyfriends cheated on me.
Yeah.
And, like, I didn't have any guys on my Snapchat. Went through, unadded every single guy. Didn't have a guy on my Instagram. Went through, unfollowed every single guy. No guys followed me, anything. Only hung out with him, both relationships. And then actually found out I was cheated on from both of them. And so I think it's, like, I put so much time and effort into it. And then it's, like, all the time and effort was put back just for, like, all that. Like, what was the point?
Yeah. Okay. So, I'm gonna, like, ask you questions about it. So, obviously, like, with you guys, the first time you guys ever, like, hung out, I guess, was in, like, December.
At my brother's basketball game.
Okay. And then you guys went on to, like, what was it? Wasn't this just, like, last month?
Yep.
Like, beginning April and then March? So, wait. Okay, so can we talk about how you found out about the girl?
I don't even really remember. Like,
Go for
actually, okay, funny story. I posted myself to this song. Future, love Future. And he decided to post another girl to it, like, 4 days later. After, like, all the coming over and stuff. So I was just like, wow. And then it was, like, everybody from outside the front, or, like, in the friend group was telling me what they were seeing and what they were hearing about that whole situation. Yeah. Which, honestly, I kind of think I regret listening to everybody. And, like, I should have just done what I thought. But at the same time, when you hear so much, it's like, how much more do you want to hear until you're just, like...
Yeah, because it kind of makes you, like, second guess, like...
Is it worth it? Yeah,
is it worth it? Like, why? Like, why do I put myself in this position?
Yeah.
And it's interesting because I talked a little bit, like, after all of this. And I was like... Because he was still lying about never... getting with this girl, even, like, still to this day, he'll, like, brush over.
I don't understand why people feel the need to lie. If he would have came to me and would have said, look, I don't, like, literally directly, because obviously the communication just wasn't there the whole time. Look, I don't want anything. This is just a little 3-week thing. I'm going out and I'm getting with other girls, or I'm going to go out and get with other girls. but I'm gonna tell you to be respectful,
Yeah.
my whole mindset would have completely changed.
No, yeah. And I totally think, like, it's okay to generally tell somebody, like, hey, I liked getting to know you, but, like, you're not my person. Because, like, if you think about it, I think about this all the time. Like, if I'm dating, like, as an adult, like, and I go on, like, a one date, I'm not talking to that guy I go on a date with. No. But, like, you can't, I mean, some people just choose to ghost, which is, you know, that's just a choice. It's not a good one, but it's a choice. But it's just, like, the respect that you have for somebody, just be like, hey, this isn't really working for me.
Yeah.
That's really all it is. And I don't understand that, especially if there's a relationship prior. Like, the way that you could just go ghost on somebody, like, genuinely, it hurts.
And honestly, it hurts, like, me still, just because he hasn't said, like, not that I expect an apology or, like, an explanation, but at the same time, like, he talked to you about it and everything. Like, he had no problem. He's obviously talked about it.
Right.
Why couldn't you just be, like, not even sorry, but, like, I wish it would have played different.
Yeah, or nothing.
Yeah. Just,
like, absolutely nothing.
Yeah, there's just been nothing.
Yeah, because, like,
and
go for it.
Mind you, we're at the beach at Browns Point, and we're sitting in my car, and we're listening to music, and I'm just like, oh, like, this is so freaking cute. Like, this is probably the sweetest thing ever. And we're looking at the sun, and he looks over, and he goes, your eyes look so pretty in the sun. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, is my heart not supposed to melt right there?
That's
why
so
would
cute.
you say that to
No, that's cute.
I know, that's why I was like, why would you say that to someone
that
and
you're just gonna, like, go for someone else?
Literally peace out.
Yeah. And that's what I don't understand, like, about guys, is, like, why they do that. It's kind of, like, insane to me, and it's weird. It's just so weird.
No, yeah.
Like, it's genuinely so weird.
What's the point of waking up at 7:30 in the morning after not going to bed at 4 for showing up to my house? Oh, mind you, he showed up to my house actually with a hickey too, and that was that one hurt my heart a little bit. But it's just like, I don't get the point of it. What's the point? Like, also too, what's the point of dating if you know you're not gonna want to be, like, not saying be with him the whole time, but like, I'm not gonna get in a relationship just to be like, let me break up 6 months later.
No, for
sure. Like, there's no point in that. And then it's like, at the same time, why would you get in a relationship if you're gonna cheat? Like, if you're in a relationship and you cheat, you don't love that person.
No, and I agree with that.
If you have any thought of cheating or doing anything with another person, when you're saying you love this person and you're gonna go home to them and all this stuff, I don't get that.
No. And, like, showing up with a hickey is crazy, thinking that, like, you're still gonna get that same treatment, but it's also, I would give you the same treatment. And it's interesting to, like, say that, and it's not that, like, I don't, like, value myself. It's just that I'm always looking for the best in every single person, and it's not worth it for me to lose people in my life. And I don't know why I have that, like, mentality that, like, once I have somebody, like, I need you to stay. I don't know if it's because, like, I mean, me and my dad are better now, but I don't know if it's genuinely, like, and I'm not trying to be like, daddy issues, but genuinely because, like, having a figure that was just kind of in and out, and maybe not to, like, their fault of their own, but I feel like when I have something now that I'm like, oh, like, I'm getting love from this person, or, like, attention, I need to keep it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that's what it is.
No, I know what you mean. I think, too, not having a dad around really growing up, or, like, having a father figure, makes you want to keep the guys who you've been close with and all this stuff more in your life. Because they're like your personal figure you didn't have.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree with that. And, like, honestly, like, being friends with, like, Matthew and stuff, like, Matthew's not like my dad or anything, but he's kind of like an older brother to me. Yeah. Like, that's what Matthew is.
They all take care of us. Yeah. And that's why I'm like, how...
Yeah. And
how do you take care of someone and do all this stuff for them and hang out with all of them just to, like, hurt them like that?
Yeah. And even, like, because Matthew, you know, and Juan, they'll, like, say I'm, like, their little sister to them and stuff. But even, like, a situation with, like, their boys, they protect their boys instead. Mm-hmm. And it's just, like, weird because, like, you say, like, you know, we're, like, super important to you. And, like, you know, like, you want to protect us. Like, any guy you get with, like, we have to meet first. Like, we want to prove, we want to make sure this guy's a good guy.
I really said to Matthew one time, what if someone did that to your sister?
Yeah.
What if what exactly you were going out and doing to these girls, someone did to your sister?
No, exactly.
And she came home crying to you, telling you, because that's literally what I had to do. Or that's not what I had to do, that's what I did with my sister. I came home crying that night and just crawled in her arms. And it's like, if someone did that to your sister or your mom and you found out about it, you would be angry. You would be angry.
You know, I don't know if that was considered a bad word, but like that was a good catch.
You would be angry.
No, but basically, like, I had a birthday party for a friend, and I wasn't necessarily I was not talking. I knew, like, didn't want anything serious. And by the way, something I've learned is, like, if a guy says they don't want anything serious, it's not they don't want anything serious. Like, they just don't want, like, you. And that's, like, so real. So, but if you're waiting around, guys, or girls, for a person to tell you, like, oh, I'm ready now, they won't. Because I use that excuse. I was telling him, like, I didn't want anything serious with him, but it's because I met, and I was like, I low-key think that, like, it's going to be someone important to me. I don't want anything serious with you right now. And then that just blew up, and we ended up really talking for a long time.
Put so much time and effort into that.
Yeah. And it's interesting because, like, I like looking back, really, like, I mean, he was very in and out. When I first met, we were, like, kind of, like, I don't know, not really necessarily, like, a thing, but, like, the first, like, kind of. We were kind of a thing. And then, like, all of a sudden, he kind of stopped answering my snaps, and I was like, that's weird. And then I saw him posting this girl. Not you.
Oh, I was about to say.
Not yet.
Okay.
This is we're still in, like, November. And then apparently, like, that didn't work out, and, you know, he kind of went into, like, this sad thing, but I actually still, like, I don't know why, like, I just had a crush on him, I feel like, and it didn't really go away. And then I eventually, like, I watched him kind of, you know, do his thing, if you will.
Yeah.
You know, I would watch him in my house, because, like I said, like, I guess I didn't say this, but, like, they were always over. It was, like, everybody was always over, and then
everybody lives at Kenna's house.
Yeah, they started, like, introducing me to, like, new friends, and, like, honestly, I met a lot of cool people, like, through them, and I'm, like, grateful for that. But no, there's just been, like, I've just watched him get with other, like, I'm not gonna say many, no, that's bad, I can't say that.
Fews.
Yeah, a few. Like a few. Tried to or have
quadruple
gotten with, like, girls, like, in my house. Like, I've just, like, watched it, and even then, I didn't, like, trip up. Like, I was like, I think he's cute. Like, I think he's nice. Like, I see the potential.
Red flag.
I see the potential in
Red
him.
flag, green flag, and a white flag to some red. They messed up. They fumbled. War dimes. Oh, yeah, listen to this. We weren't allowed to be friends at first. Side characters could have been side characters, but they didn't want us to be friends because look what was all figured out.
Yeah, they knew that if two wolves could collide, if I'm being 100% honest, they're sitting out there. If I'm being, like, so transparent, Matthew and are sitting in the hallway and they can hear everything that we're saying. They don't know what we talk about all the time, so this is fun for them. No, but he's like, I have a secret to tell you. And I'm like, okay, like, what's the secret? And he's like, can I say that?
He said, don't fucking do it. He just put
up a phone in the window that says, put it up again. It's off. You got it. It says, call this episode so this one time. Y'all are just targeting us at this point. Yeah, we're not, though. We're telling stories. It's not a target. Yeah. It's a story.
No, it's really not.
No, it's not a target. We're just telling a story. Anyways, basically Matthew's like, I have a secret to tell you. And he goes like, I kissed Bry at a party.
Oh my gosh. Mind you, this is beer pong. If I make this shot, we kiss. No, you're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it. If I make this shot, we kiss. You're not gonna make it. Makes the freaking shot. Like, why is that my luck?
And so, not a big deal. Whatever. Matthew's like told me that, and he said, don't tell anyone. I said, okay. We were just texting about something, and he's like, I'm talking to Juan about, like, Matthew and Bry. I said, oh, like, Matthew told you? He goes, Matthew told me what? And I said, what do you mean?
You were the one who told him?
Yeah, I didn't told Bry this. I know, I hid it. Oh my god, I forgot. Yeah, I lied.
What is with these liars?
I lied! Okay, wait, stop. No, this is actually so funny. I forgot I told this lie.
I'm sitting in a room full of liars. So we got 3 out there, 1 in here. What?
Basically, I didn't know Bry very well yet.
Yeah, that's true.
And basically, but I accidentally told, because here's what happened was, he was like, I'm talking about, like, talking to Juan about Matthew and Bri. I said, oh, Matthew told you, told me what? I said that they kissed. He goes, I'm talking about Matthew and Bri, like, separate, not together. And I said, oh.
She fetted.
Well, I don't even think Matthew knows. I think that I'm just
okay, but two,
lying for a fat minute now.
Yeah, nothing happened between me and Matthew besides a beer pong kiss. Mind you,
like PSA for everybody.
PSA. That is like just to clear the air.
This is like a repeated situation. There's a situation of like miscommunication in a relationship, and then like one person believes something and the other person doesn't. So I think like the whole point is that like communication is key, and there needs to be more of it like early on, and like you need to be aware of your intentions before starting something with someone.
What? Why can't you verbally, I don't even know. Yeah, yep.
Verbally,
like, say your intentions with a girl or a guy within your 1 or 2 weeks of starting to hang out and stuff. Because obviously if you're going to keep hanging out more, something, you know, more is going to happen. And obviously you still like each other and you want to go out. So break it in the beginning and say how you feel and what your intentions are. Because I think that changes a lot of people's mindset of how much effort they're going to put in. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily effort, but like what they want to put into what's going to happen.
Right.
And it's like, I made it very clear.
Crystal.
Nothing.
But you know what is so beautiful about life is that everything happens for a reason. And
and look what happened.
Okay, well I was going to say that like...
But if you're going over to a girl's house, just you, hanging out with her, watching movies, cuddling, saying all this sweet stuff.
Yeah. And then, like, it's just different. It's just so bizarre to me. But then, like, it eventually got really close to my family. Like, so did Matthew. So did all of them. Because they were literally always over. Got so close to my family. And then we started, like, kind of, like, hanging out more. Like, me and him. And it was weird because, like, people were, like, Matthew's just yapping. But Matthew's like, oh, he doesn't go out with any girls anymore. Like, I don't know what you're doing to him. Like, things like that.
I got you're pulling a voodoo on me. Yep.
Yeah. So, it's not good.
Make sure.
but like, you know, stuff like that. So it starts getting a little bit more comfortable, and then all of a sudden, it's nothing. Like, literally, it's like everything to nothing. And it wasn't even like he just stopped fighting me. Because, like, the first time, like, we weren't even talking. Like, we were just kind of like, you know, like, kissing on the weekends, nothing too serious. And then he, like, but he would still come over. It's just, like, we weren't flirting anymore. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, I see what it is. Like, that was just, like, a random thing. No, this time it was, like, we would text all day, every day, 2 different apps. You know, he's always over. He would come over without Matthew now. He's coming over just me and him. You know, he's spending the night every night. It's Malia, Darian, me, and, like, every day, you know. Yep. And then it goes from that to just absolute dead silence. And I'm like, hey, like, are you coming, like, literally, like, hey, are you coming to come over today? Because that's not a weird thing for me to say because it was every day. Yeah. But it wasn't even just, like, that stopped is Matthew and Angel. And so, if think about this, guys, like, starting in October to, like, February, you literally have the same group of people at your house every day, every night, and then all of a sudden you have nobody because of, like, one situation. And what's interesting to me is that I definitely, like, lost it a little bit more, like, about the situation of, like, him, like, stopping and coming over than probably, like, another girl would after something like that, in the sense that, like, but I waited a week before I was like, this is not cool. Yeah. I waited a week, and I went to his house when he had, like, a little kickback, and, like, he was just acting so different that that's when I lost it. It wasn't, like, I did it right after, but it's interesting to see him, because he's still, like, friends, or, like, will still go up to, like, other people he's had experiences with, but, like, for me, it was just so weird. And so just picture this, so, like, he doesn't come over for, like, 2 weeks, and then, he comes back over, and he, like, starts trying to, like, cuddle with me, and, like, mind you, I know he's been hanging out with girls, because, like, Matthew's telling me. Like, I'm like, Matthew, do you want to come over? He's like, no, I wouldn't, like, we're going to the parking garage with the birds, and I'm like, oh, great, so that's what Luke's doing.
The birds.
I love it, no, I'm so excited about that, and, and then, like, And then he comes over and he's like trying to flirt with me and stuff, and I text him that night and I'm like, hey, like we can't do stuff like that because like it means more to me than it does to you, because I genuinely like have liked now for this whole time, because like I said earlier, guys, if I like somebody, I like somebody, and if I don't, I don't. There's like no middle for me. It's all or nothing. And I still liked him at this point, but I was like, no, like I gotta stand on business. And he's like, yeah, like I get that, like if that's like not something, yeah, okay, we got 5 minutes left. I was like, if that's not like something for you, then like I understand that. And then the next day he comes over again, and I was like, no, like I can't do that, right? 2 days later, I host my friend's birthday, and he gets with someone else. I like find out that night that it happened, and it's like with him, and that just hurt. I told him like, it means too much to do stuff like that with you because I genuinely like you. And then for him to try again the next day, and then to just 2 days later act like it's literally nothing was just insane to me. And it's also crazy because it's like we were so close, and it would have been so different if he just didn't do that.
Mm-hmm. And it's like when I communicated to him that I felt used, it was, oh, how do you feel used? Because every night when you go out with a different girl and you get home at 4 a.m, or you go out and you get drunk, you know I'll always be there when you text me, and you know anytime you ask to hang out.
Right.
So it's like you're going out and doing whatever you want, but at the end of the day, you know that we'll be there, and so you're just using us.
Right.
You're using us for comfort.
Yeah. And all this just goes to say, like, I just feel like it's not even, like, people just need to be more respectful. It's honestly a respect thing. And it's not like, you know, treat others how you want to be treated. No, it's genuinely like, if you're gonna be connected to somebody in that way, that's not a small thing. I don't care if it's not serious to you. If you're gonna make somebody feel some type of love,
and
you have to stick to that.
Openly, continuously do it.
Yeah.
Like, if you're putting so much effort in just for nothing, then what's the point?
Yeah.
Like, and two, if you're going, okay, as a girl, I would say, when I get married to a dude, whoever this dude is, freaking hope he's hot, and
that's so real,
and he's fine, but whoever this dude is, it's like, not that I care about your past from when you were younger and stuff, but it's like, if you didn't have respect for yourself and you thought just going out and getting with girls was your peace and comfort, and that's what you were gonna do, it's like, that's kind of just disturbing to me.
Yeah.
Like, if you can just keep doing it with girls and going out and running your different 2-mans, 3-mans every week, it's like, how do you feel, like, good about yourself?
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Yeah. No, for sure. Like, all this to say, all these little personal stories, like, my bad for really dropping some stuff. But
yeah, we low-key...
Yeah, I might have to go back and edit this.
We might have to.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
No,
but I just don't get the point of, like, what they did, you know?
Yeah, it's always hard, and I feel like it's one of those things that I stopped trying to figure out. Because I feel like, and especially with, like, everything that's happened between us, like, I will always have a little special place in my heart for him.
Yeah.
And it's just, like, different. It's not even the fact that, like, we're not gonna, like, be cuddling anymore. I could not care less. Like, I literally, like, I'm at the lowest point of care. It's the fact that, like, I can't even say hi to that person that, like, was around me and my family for months.
Yeah.
Like, I have younger siblings that'll be like, where's he at? And I'm like, oh, you know, he's doing his own thing now.
No.
It's like, we supported each other. And so it's just weird to just, like, watch everything trickle away. And I can't say that I didn't do anything. I literally blocked him and said, don't talk to me ever again. So it's not like I'm, like, sending mixed... I am sending mixed signals. But I'm just saying, like, you know.
Yeah.
But,
no, I just don't get it. I don't get it. And it's
so
too, when they're 40 and they have their daughters...
Oh
my gosh.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Yeah. It's gonna be bad.
Imagine.
I just ran right into the mic.
No, imagine. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get what they find.
These ain't loyal.
Oh my gosh, no. And we're watching a movie today. Sorry, a little side note. Matthew says something how he would get with this mom because she's pretty.
Yeah.
Not exactly what he said, we could imagine. But, and it's like, not everything's about the birds. And it was like, you say one thing.
And you do another. Mm-mm-mm.
But then it's like, oh my gosh.
We could go on and on forever.
Yeah.
And...
We don't need to anymore.
But look, we're actually about to be out of time.
He might have to read.
Yeah, I know. This one was kind of sloppy. Okay, guys. Well, thanks for watching this episode. Yeah, it was a little messy. We got a lot of breaks in there. But I think everything, like, not to, like, start stuff, but just to, like...
And it's all
share.
love.
Yeah.
It's honestly all love.
And I feel like it's, like... I saw this TikTok the other day. I think it's in my repost. I was like, it's like, if someone didn't want you to talk about it, they shouldn't have done that thing to you. And so I stand by that. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching the podcast or listening. It was really fun.
We appreciate it.
Adios.
Peace out.
A while ago.